Hello, my friends, and welcome. Today we're going to be working with this 3D craft die and this heart shaker balloon die and this happy birthday shadow die from Cat Scrappiness. And I'm going to bring in this, I think it's called Peridot card stock from Spellbinders. I'm going to bring in an A2 size card base that is top folding, and I'm just using my bone folder to fold it up and to score it down. And we're going to just build an A2 size card, and we're going to emboss this panel. And I'm going to bring in one of my new favorite embossing folders from Peak in Maine. It is the brick texture, and I love this. I've used it another time on my video, maybe a time or two, but I just think it's beautiful. So I'm just going to bring in my glue, and I'm going to get it laid down on this embossed panel. And I was using my small bottle, and it's out of glue, and you're going to see me go back and forth. I keep grabbing for that small one, but it's almost empty. So I'm going to grab my glue press. I'm trying to get some to come out of there as well. And we'll just get this panel laid down. And then I'm going to bring in my 3D box die images here. And I've got the pattern paper one, and then I've got the outside of it that I've done in some Dune cardstock from Spellbinders. And I've just scored the edges and flipped them down. And I'm going to adorn the outside of, or the inside of the box that's flipped down like the above panel that I have used. And I struggle with it a little bit getting it lined up, and I finally figure out that you need to die cut those out backwards to get them to fit right. And so we'll get them laid down on these panels, and we'll just then we'll be able to build our 3D box. So I'm just going to position them where they need to go. We'll get some glue on there, get them laid down, and then we can layer them up. It just took me a minute. I kept fiddling with them to make sure I got them the right way, and I keep grabbing the wrong one. And we'll just get that laid down on there. And that way it looks like the inside of the box is lined with some fun pattern paper. And I'm pulling it close so I get it lined up. And I don't know what I did, but I need to trim it up a little bit. And I'm just grabbing my scissors and doing that. And so there it looks like the inside of our box is fancy. So we're going to be building a birthday card today. And I thought these papers would work well with it. So I'm just going to, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm going to lay this pattern paper inside of my box down on my card base. And I'm lining it up on my glass mat, and I should have probably brought it down lower, or maybe a little bit higher to give myself enough room for my sentiment. But I've got all my little shaker heart balloons here, and I've done 3 of them. And this teal one, I'm going to bring in some of that confetti paper, and this is the crafty Quokka paper from Cat Scrappiness. Pardon me, can't speak tonight. Anyway, all of this is from Cat Scrappiness. The box, the 3D box die, the balloon shaker dies, and then the paper is all from Cat Scrappiness. So I'm just going to get this teal one laid down, and it's not going to be a shaker because I'm going to position the other 2 over it. I'm going to kind of layer them over it. And so I decided the teal one would not be a shaker because I want to layer on top of it. Now I use the dies from this heart shaker set to die cut out this acetate, and this is heavy. This is something that maybe a stamp came on or something. It's just scrap material that I had, and it didn't. I made several passes on my die cutting machine, and it did not die cut it out. So I'm just using these Cricut scissors to die cut or to trim it out the rest of the way. And then I will have to trim it down a little bit because it's the exact size of the heart shaker. And if I don't get it lined up exactly right, I'm going to have to trim the edges of it. Now I'm bringing in my little silicone mat so that I can run my tape glue runner across this and not get it all stuck all over my glass mat. And then I'm going to bring in the acetate for this one and just get it laid down and pressed down nicely on here. And we'll have to do a little trimming. And so we're just building our shaker window at this point with this. And I've got that trimmed up. I'm going to bring my larger one in and do the same thing. Just run my tape runner across it. Make sure I cover all of it so that it will stick down nicely. And then we'll lay that piece of acetate over it and press down. And we're just going to trim it off as well. And this has a little two-tone pink polka dot pattern on it, just like the green one does. And I've got them laying face up there. And I'm going to bring in my scrapbook.com thin foam strips. And I'm just going to lay them, take the backer piece off, because if you take it off, you can just manipulate it to go however you want it on your panels here. So I'm just going to kind of push it around and get it to outline my heart so that it doesn't show through the acetate. And we'll just get it lined up nice and neat. And then we'll have created the well for our shaker bits. And then we're going to take what's left of it and put it on our second one, and then we'll have to bring in a little bit more. And we just need a smidge more. So I'm trying to get that lined up really well, grab a little bit more, and get it laid down on there. There we go. All right, now we've created our well. And I'm going to grab some shaker balls to bring in, and I brought in like a hot pink, and then I brought in a green, but I wasn't really satisfied with that green, so I'm going to grab more of a teal color. And I'm going to put the teal color in the, I don't know, the lighter green polka dot heart, and then I'll put the hot pink in the pink heart, and these will be our shaker bits. And I love these little shaker balls. They make a wonderful sound when you shake them, and it's so fun on a shaker. I didn't quite get enough, so I'm going to add a little bit more. And then when we get done, I wish I'd put even a little bit more in there, just so it'd be a little bit fuller. But I'm going to add a little piece of foam to that bottom of the balloon so that it will lay flat and even. And I'm just pressing down, trying to make sure I get it pressed down real good. And I'm just checking it. I'm holding it up to my face. You can't really see it right now, making sure I've got it real good. And I was using my tweezers to pinch it together. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one, only I'm going to put the teal balls in there. I noticed my foam was a little bit off, so I'm just adjusting it there. And then we'll lay these teal balls down in here. And I like the amount that I put in this one. And I think I decided I had too much in that little triangle embellishment tray. And I need to bring in that little tiny piece of foam to level that out. And then we will attach our backer paper to this little heart here. And I get this one a little bit crooked, but I'm not going to fuss over it. It'll work just fine. I bring in my bone folder to help me press it down real well so that none of my shaker bits escape. And I think I actually lost one. But see how I'm going to layer this over that third one? I like things in odd numbers, so I thought it'd be nice to have 3, but I knew that I wouldn't be able to pop them up with 3. I couldn't fit them all on there unless I layered. So now I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the stem of the balloon. And I'm going to bring the inside of the heart that die cut out and fold it over and press it, because it's going to lay on that other heart and I need to level it out. So I'm going to use that paper there to just level it out as I layer it. And I'm just kind of trying to get it positioned and get my little string down there. I'm going to do the same thing with a pink one. I'm going to need to bring in that other heart die cut. I'm using my acrylic block to kind of put some pressure on there so it'll dry. And I'm going to glue these together. And I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use it just like I did the other one to help level my shaker balloon. And then we'll add some more glue and we'll get it laid down and layer it up. And just press down on it. Now I've got these bits here and I'm trying to tape them down, and it kind of works, but then I get some in the area where I'm going to have my box, And so I'm going to bring in my glue eraser and just move that off of there so that you don't have any messiness showing. I want it to be good and clean. And we're going to lay some ink down, or some glue down on this box. And then we'll line it up perfectly. And we've got these little flaps that match the inside flaps of our box. I think this is really cute. Nice little 3D, but this will lay down in your envelope just fine. Just getting some glue on there. We'll get this one pressed down, and we've got our balloons coming out of our 3D box. And I think it's really cute. Cleaning up some glue I've got going on there. Now I'm going to bring in this happy birthday sentiment die. And this is a shadow die, but I'm choosing not to use the shadow on this particular card. So I'm just going to get it glued up and get it laid down on my card. It's pretty tight, but I think it'll work out all right. So I'm just trying to make sure it's going to work and everything. I'm not going to glue those flaps down, so I think it'll be fine. I considered putting it on top, but I thought, nope, it's going to go underneath. So I'm just going to get my tweezers, glue it up, and get it laid down. Now I've got two videos airing today. I've got this one on my channel, Shanna Makes It, and I've got another one on Cat Scrappiness channel. So if you ever check out Cat Scrappiness, you can check out my videos there as well. So today I'm releasing a video on their channel as well. So if you get a chance, hop by and check it out. So I'm going to lay this happy birthday down, and that'll pretty much finish up our card. I don't think I've got to add the tittle to my birthday. I had it laying aside so I wouldn't lose it, and I'm just going to get it laid down on there, and then that'll finish up our card. I hope you like it. I think it turned out pretty cute. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.